Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to my channel Tarot Z. I am Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what the messages are that come out, the cards that come out in this reading for you today. Thank you so much for joining and for being here for the reading. So let's begin. Let's find out what cards come out with the reading and what messages come through. So the first card that we have is the Six of Swords in the reverse. We do have some air sign energy with this. Could be dealing with a Gemini, a Libra, or even an Aquarius. We have the Six of Wands. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. And we have the Queen of Cups. So with the Queen of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like a pretty pleasant energy when it comes to the person you're dealing with. I do feel like this person is someone who is quite kind, somebody who is also quite in touch with their emotions, and the situation may also be calling for them to be further in touch with their emotions. So it does feel like a person who is connected, and do feel like there's a strong connection here. It does go quite deep. But with the Six of Swords showing up in the reverse, this feels like an energy of somebody having difficulty when it comes to being able to move on from something. I do feel like this person is either holding on or wants to be able to actually have something be able to resurface so that they can release it, be able to actually confront it with you. And I do feel like with the Six of Swords showing up in the reverse, this does feel like an attempt to be able to reach out in order to be able to actually kind of revisit some kind of unfinished business. So I do feel like there's a sense of somebody who's unable to move on, somebody who's unable to move past something with you. Does feel like this person is in a space where they are hung up on that, and I do feel like they're going to bring that to your attention. It does feel like something that's actually weighing quite heavy on them as well. And I do feel like with the Six of Swords in the reverse, this also feels like an energy of not being able to let go of the past, not being able to move on, and feels like there's some kind of a feeling of unfinished business when it comes to being able to actually let go and move on. But it does also feel like a sense of needing time. With the Six of Wands showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of, I do feel like you could be dealing with somebody online. Somebody could also be getting your attention online. I do feel like with the Six of Wands, this is very attractive and even a lot of recognition when it comes to being perceived. And I do feel like with the Six of Wands, it feels like gaining a lot of attention. I also feel like with the Six of Wands, this also feels like getting to a good place that's quite satisfying. It feels like success, whether that's in your career, whether that's in anything that you are setting your mind towards. This does feel like an energy of being able to get what you want. I do feel like with the Knight of Pentacles showing up over here, this does feel like slow progress. And do feel like with this feels like somebody who wants to come around, somebody who could be going back and forth over being able to actually reach out or be able to really approach you. I do feel like this is a sense of somebody's kind of stressing over it, but it does feel like an energy of somebody coming towards you. I do feel like this person is somebody who is perhaps also taking their time when it comes to being able to reach out to you. But this definitely feels like somebody who has a lot on their mind or a lot weighing on them, even with that Six of Swords. So this could be a past energy as well. I do feel like there's a desire to be able to reach out. I also feel like somebody is also working up that courage with this Knight of Pentacles. I am going to clarify these cards. So we have the Two of Wands. We have the Empress card. And we have the Page of Swords. And the Ace of Wands. So this Ace of Wands showing up over here, this feels like a really strong initial meeting with someone. I do also feel like with this Ace of Wands, this does also feel like a sense of a spark between somebody and someone else, or a flame that's burning. I do feel like with this Ace of Wands, it feels like an opportunity to be able to actually have a fresh start or a new beginning. So I do feel like there is something you're creating, and I do feel like when it comes to somebody that you're meeting, they desire to be able to actually do that with you. When it comes to being able to either create something with you, be able to enter into something with you, this does feel like a strong energy when it comes to their desire. And I do feel like with the Ace of Wands showing up over here, this person is also somebody who's quite connected on a deeper level as well. It's not just surface. I do feel like with the Two of Wands, this feels like an energy of somebody who's planning. And I do feel like somebody's really in their head. This does feel like a sense of really thinking something through, thinking about something a lot. And I even get that there's also this difficulty with being able to see past it. And I do feel like there's a sense of feeling like they're really holding on, or they feel like they need to be able to really deals with something. So this does feel like someone who's not moving on. This feels like someone who's hung up on something. So get that with the Two of Wands, there's also a sense of perhaps there might have been future plans that were set in motion or that were talked about. This feels like a person's still hung up on that. I also feel that this person could also be really planning to be able to approach you, to be able to make a move towards you. And I do feel like with the Two of Wands showing up over here, it feels like energy where there is an intention to be able to take action on those plans. With the Empress card showing up over here, I really do feel like you're in a good space, especially on an individual level. This feels like a very abundant energy. And with that Six of Wands, this feels like a very successful energy and a lot of recognition. And I do feel like with this Empress card, it's about all of the things that make up you. It does feel like things that come naturally to you. So it feels like an energy of being able to step into a side where it's like you are in your more, it's like you could be creating, you could be working on something with long-term goals. When it comes to anything you're working on, I do feel like with the Six of Wands, this feels like successful energy with that. With the Empress card, this also feels like very attractive energy, and with that Six of Wands, this also feels like recognition. So I do feel like you're also attracting a lot of new people into your life, and I do feel like it's new people who are able to actually assist you when it comes to your life path. And I do also feel that there's also something very attractive about where you are right now, the way you show up. I do feel like with the Six of Wands, this also feels like an energy of really getting a lot of attention when it comes to even social media. So I do feel like even when it comes to your social media presence and gaining clout in that sense, I do feel like this is also a good energy for that too. But with the Page of Swords, I do feel like there is somebody in your life who has your attention. I also feel like this person is in a space where they feel like they could be actually hung up on something about you. And I do feel like with the Page of Swords, this feels like energy of trying to find out more about someone, being very curious and interested. It does feel like a bit of some stalking going on when it comes to this person trying to find out the most that they can about you and where you are right now. This person is quite interested. This person has not let anything go. I also feel like they have a difficult time with being able to do that. It does feel like they really are moving forward quite slowly. And even when it comes to being able to reach out to you with anything, this feels like an energy of really being in a space where they are trying to figure out the best way to approach you. So I'm going to clarify these cards. So yes, stay optimistic about your love life. We have keep an open mind. And we have the wedding card. So the stay optimistic about your love life card showing up over here. I'm getting it pertaining to this Two of Wands card showing up over here. This does feel like somebody who has thought about the future. And I do feel like somebody who has a lot of plans. And I do feel like also with this stay optimistic about your love life card showing up over here next to the Six of Swords in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of somebody who could even be kind of beginning to wonder if it's still something that's going to happen or if it's something that they should just let go of. They're struggling to move on when it comes to anything that they have planned and set in motion. And I do feel like there could be a change within those plans, and that could be something that's actually kind of making this person nervous or anxious. But with the stay optimistic about your love life card showing up over here, this does feel like somebody who's still optimistic and somebody who still has faith within future plans with you. I do also feel that this also feels like an energy of somebody who still has feelings for you, but they keep an open mind. Card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of, it is the sense of dealing with somebody who's different to you. I do feel like when it comes to the way in which this person handles things, it could be something very different to the way you do. I also feel that this could be complementing energies where somebody is strong where you're weak and you're strong where they are weak. I do feel like with the keep an open mind card showing up over here, that the person that you deal with is somebody different from your usual type, and I do feel like there is a sense of actually being able to navigate something that has never been navigated before for you, because it is something different. I do feel like though with the keep an open mind card showing up over here, this is about getting to know somebody, giving someone a chance. Somebody may be wanting you to give them a chance. I also feel like you may be wanting somebody to give you a chance. I do feel like this is an open energy though. With the wedding card showing up over here, I do feel like there is desire for being able to either solidify or make something exclusive and really be able to really lock something down between yourself and somebody else. I do feel like there's someone who is quite in their head. I also feel like this person is also thinking about things and thinking about the future. And I do feel like with the wedding card showing up over here, this also feels like an energy of somebody who is getting to a place of further commitment. And I do feel like within your relationship or within your connection, things are moving and ascending to a higher level of commitment. I do feel like with the marriage card showing up over here, that could even be getting married, getting a proposal, an offer that is leading towards something such as a wedding. I also feel like when it comes to being out and participating in things like weddings, and any kind of social gathering with other people where it's celebratory, this also feels like good news for what can happen for you and who you can meet. I also feel like with this page of swords, there's a lot of interest here. So I do feel like there is a sense of you're catching someone's eye with this page of swords showing up over here. But I do also feel like somebody who is trying to get to know you, and I do feel like that could be in the social media space that could initially begin. But this does also feel like past energy that could also be coming around as well. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Sagittarius. And I hope that you have a wonderful day. Bye, Sagittarius.